A five-star wide receiver out of the state of Mississippi, Caleb Cunningham, was on campus in Tuscaloosa this weekend, and you spoke to him coming out of that trip. What's Caleb Cunningham saying?
Look, we know, Josh, that Caleb has had a lot of number ones this month in June coming off these OVs.
Can you
But
name him?
you just look at the schools he visited. I think they're all number one at some point. But we know Auburn kind of became that
Yeah.
school, on that May 31st visit and kind of his first OV. And they kind of came out of that weekend, that number one school. And kind of since that point, he's kind of backtracked a little bit about how he likes also Florida. He liked Tennessee last weekend, now Bama this weekend as well. But he came out and said it. Bama is truly his new number one. What does that mean? For me, I told on Bama Online, the board today, I think Caleb's one of the most genuine people. If you've talked to him and covered him, he speaks from the heart. He tells you what he's feeling, and he's not trying to hide that. But I heard just a different type of voice today in Caleb talking about Alabama, from the people there, Coach Shepard, Coach DeBoer, the staff in general, their resources, the culture there, and the fit. I would legitimately say that Bama moved the needle today and became that school to beat. Could that change again? Of course. But I think Bama did a great job this weekend to close out these June visits, becoming that team to beat.
So what's Caleb telling you about when he wants to make a decision? Because we see a lot of these wide receivers ready to decide.
He's been one from the beginning talking about, December, late in the recruitment. Today, a key change and a key word, he said maybe earlier than December. So that speaks also volumes about Alabama's move to give him at least some thought about moving things up. How much earlier? I think that's still to be determined, but a late summer decision would not shock me now, where if you asked me that a month ago, I would have been shocked.
All right, let's talk about another five-star prospect that was in Tuscaloosa, or heck, he still might be on campus. I'm not sure. Cornerback Dijon Lee from California. He was on campus this weekend, and while he was there, the recruiting prediction machine was buzzing. Picks for Bama were rolling in. What's going on with Dijon Lee and the Tide?
Yeah, I think it just kind of confirms what I've been feeling for a while as far as those picks going in, that Bama's been setting the pace, I think, since the late visit they got him on in May. This thing went back and forth between Georgia and Alabama much of the spring. Georgia got him on campus first. They were the team to beat. Bama the next weekend. Things changed. It became more close, more even. Then he went to Georgia again, then back to Bama. I think that last visit to Bama in May, the second one, really changed things for him in his recruitment. Bama kind of emerged out of that weekend visit, in my eyes, based on intel, that team on top of his list. And I think, he's taken the OVs to Georgia, Washington, Texas A&M. Bama got the last one this weekend. And to me, it's all kind of coming together, that Bama clearly is that top school. He told me he has not made that 100% final decision yet. He'll commit later on this week, but I like Bama's position right now in these final days.
Yeah. And, one trend that I've noticed during the month of June is that nobody has turned official visits into commitments better than Alabama has, at least in the month of June. Why do you think that is? What's Kalen DeBoer and his staff got going there?
I think they all liked Bama for Bama going into these visits, and I think they just answered all the questions. They gave them that reassurance that, look, Bama's going nowhere. It's going to be just as good, if not better. Proof in the pudding. I've won. If you're DeBoer, I've won everywhere I've been. Bama's still Bama. The new staff's in place. We're going to keep winning championships. To me, just got answered that reassurance, in my opinion.
Yeah, they've really hit the ground running there with this new coaching staff. Well, you've made it to the end of today's video, but there's hundreds more videos on the On3 Recruits channel for you to check out. And also, while you're here, hit subscribe.